In the shadowed depths of the Cascade Mountains, legends whisper through the dense evergreen forests, carried by the mist that clings to the rugged terrain. The year is 1964, a simpler time in many ways, yet not immune to the mysteries that have eluded humankind for centuries. Among these mysteries, one looms as large as the trees that cloak the mountainsides. Bigfoot, the elusive giant said to roam the Pacific Northwest. A group of young campers, vibrant and adventurous, set out to explore the wilderness. Oblivious to the tales of the creature that had scared seasoned hikers and stirred local lore. They pitched their tents in an area known for its breathtaking views and eerie silence, unaware that it was also a place where many had claimed to see the dark figures lurking between the trees. They were here for a break from city life, to laugh under the stars, not to encounter the unknown. The campers, having set their tents amidst the lush foliage, laughed and shared stories as they prepared for a night under the stars. They were drawn to this remote part of the Cascade Mountains by tales of its untouched beauty and the promise of a peaceful retreat from the bustling city life. Little did they know, the area was not just a haven for nature lovers, but also a hotspot for those tracking the legendary Bigfoot. Local enthusiasts and occasional thrill seekers had long whispered about the giant of the Cascades, a mysterious creature whose existence blurred the lines between myth and reality. However, these stories had not reached the ears of our intrepid campers. With no knowledge of the area's eerie reputation, they observed no cause for alarm, even as an unsettling silence began to settle with the dusk. As the sun dipped below the horizon, shadows lengthened, and the forest seemed to close in around them. The light-hearted chatter around the campfire soon gave way to a tense unease as the first unusual sounds pierced the night air. Initially dismissed as the rustlings of small woodland creatures or distant animal calls, the sounds grew increasingly difficult to rationalize. The night was no longer just a curtain for sleep. It was a blanket of uncertainty, smothering their earlier confidence. As darkness consumed the campsite, the campers huddled closer to the fire, its flickering light casting ghostly shadows on the trees. The night's chorus began subtly, a twig snapping here, a rustle of leaves there, heightening the group's anxiety. Their earlier dismissals of coyote howls and owl hoots transformed into whispered debates about the source of these noises. Was the wilderness merely speaking in its natural tones, or was something more sinister, communicating in the language of the night? The unsettling sounds intensified, wood knocks that echoed like a warning and deep, resonant howls that seemed almost human, yet not quite. The campers' fear escalated, their eyes scanning the dark perimeter as the forest appeared to press in closer. No longer could they convince themselves these were the noises of familiar nocturnal creatures. The realization dawned on them, perhaps the legends were not just stories. In the pitch-black night, illuminated only by the sporadic glow of their dying fire, the campers caught glimpses of movement. Dark, large figures darted between the trees, too massive and agile to be any animal they knew. The air filled with the sound of heavy footsteps thudding against the forest floor and the occasional thwack of heavy objects striking tree trunks. The figures seemed to play a macabre game of hide-and-seek, appearing one moment at the edge of their vision, then vanishing the next. Suddenly, the night was shattered by a loud crash. A rock thrown with incredible force landed near their campsite. The campers screamed, terror overtaking them as tree branches shook violently and more debris flew through the air. Convinced they were under attack by something both unfathomable and relentless, the decision was made in a surge of panic. They had to escape. Abandoning their campsite and most of their gear, they fled into the darkness, driven by the primal need to survive. Behind them, the sounds of pursuit, a mix of heavy footsteps and eerie howls, urged them to push their bodies to the limit. With hearts pounding and breaths coming in ragged gasps, the campers navigated the treacherous mountain terrain in near total darkness. Each step was a gamble against twisted ankles or worse, but fear propelled them forward. a fear so palpable it seemed to engulf the very air they breathed. Behind them, the persistent sounds of pursuit continued. Branches snapping and unsettling howls that echoed through the trees, reminders of their pursuers' relentless advance. The path ahead was uncertain, illuminated only by the scant moonlight that managed to penetrate the dense canopy above. They stumbled over roots and rocks, driven by the instinctual terror of being hunted. The forest around them felt alive, hostile, and unyielding. As the hours passed, the physical strain weighed heavily on them, but the thought of stopping, of surrendering to whatever lurked behind, pushed them onward. Dawn broke with a mix of relief and haunting dread. The survivors, having reached the safety of a more populated area, looked back at the wilderness with a new sense of wariness. They had escaped with their lives, but left behind more than just their belongings. They left a piece of their peace of mind, forever altered by the night's terror. No tangible evidence could be presented, no photographs, no videos, nothing but their shaken testimonies and a few corroborative accounts from previous sightings in the area. The local community listened with a blend of skepticism and belief, the latter from those who had long suspected or witnessed the presence of something unexplainable in the mountains. The campers' story spread, fueling more debates and investigations into the legend of Bigfoot in the Cascade Mountains. While some dismissed it as an encounter fueled by fear and the power of suggestion, others saw it as a chilling confirmation of the legend that had roamed these woods for decades. As the survivors of that fateful night in the Cascade Mountains resumed their lives, the shadows of the forest lingered in their minds. Their encounter, while devoid of physical evidence, joined the mosaic of anecdotes that form the enigmatic legend of Bigfoot. Whether a creature of flesh and blood or a specter born from the depths of human fear, Bigfoot remains an enduring mystery, one that continues to captivate and horrify those who dare to venture into its purported domain. For those intrigued by the unexplained and the supernatural, stories like these serve as a chilling reminder of the mysteries that may still roam the vast, unexplored wilds of our world. Have you ever encountered something inexplicable in the wilderness? Have whispers of the unknown ever reached you during your travels through isolated terrains? Share your stories in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysterious content. Together, let's delve deeper into the legends that haunt our world, seeking answers or perhaps just more questions in the darkness that surrounds us.